What's up? It's your boy Fast checking in with you with another one. Hit that subscribe button so we can keep this ball rolling, so we can get these 500 subscribers, so we can keep everything moving. But yeah, it only takes one inmate to make things bad in the penitentiary, where the whole penitentiary gets shut down over some more bullshit because they feel like whatever they doing, it could be beneficial for them or it could not be beneficial for them. But they get the whole facility shut down because they're doing some more crazy ass stuff. But yeah, it was this dude named Fly. Now, Fly was a certain type of individual. I really didn't know him or anything like that. It's just a lot of people did know him when he came up there because they was giving him daps and hugs and stuff like that. So people thought he was kind of cool and stuff, but I didn't really know him like that to kind of figure out what type of individual he was. But I mean, he was kind of a crazy individual to where sometimes, you got to really look over certain individuals to make sure that they on point with certain things. But yeah, I was at Hudson Correctional Facility at this time. I go to the yard, and when I come back in, I look at the drop sheet like I always do to make sure that people come in there that I probably know or something like that. I go about their last name and stuff like that, you know. So I get up, boom, I look at the drop sheet, go take my shower, do my normal thing, go back to my cell at the end of the night. I go to breakfast, and when I go to breakfast, I'm sitting there eating, and I'm seeing people over in the newcomer area, how they walk through and stuff like that. I'm seeing everybody dapping this dude up, So I'm like, shit, who's this dude, Because I'm seeing everybody, showing them some type of love or stuff like that. So I'm like kind of peeping out. So then I go back to my cell, and when I go back to my cell, I see that he's in the same cell house with me. So I'm kind of confused on everything because on the drop sheet, I didn't see nobody coming into the cell house. So I'm like, all right, maybe he's just, certain type of individual or whatever. They didn't put him on the drop sheet or something like that. So I'm doing my normal thing, boom. I go to lunch, and when I go to lunch, my boy Yellow, he's like, hey man, shit, ain't nothing gonna really be popping for us for the next couple weeks, so we got to, keep whatever we got, on point until everything goes through. Because I had a little motion going on at that time, but shit, I wasn't really strong at this time because shit, it was kind of, wasn't nobody bringing nothing in, so I was kind of low on my stuff. So Yellow telling me, how things is gonna be. So I'm like, all right. So when I get back to the cell house, everybody doing their normal thing, just walking the runs and stuff like that. Now this cell house was like the dorm setting, had like 5 people in each room, and it had like, certain things that's going on up in there. You couldn't be in a day room or nothing like that. People just basically walking the runs and stuff like that. The only time you come out is either for yard, shower, or the phones and stuff like that, or maybe you want to get some ice or something. But it was kind of, low key up in there at this time. So I'm seeing how everybody moving and stuff up in there. I ain't really paying attention to how people or going in and out to cell houses and stuff like that. I'm just doing like I said, my normal thing, just peeping out the environment and stuff like that. Boom, like a couple days later, that's when that dude, Fly, come up to my cell. He's like, hey man, you doing anything? And I'm like, shit, nah, I ain't got nothing right now. I probably have some here in a couple weeks or something like that. So he's like, all right, boom, he move on out, you know. So then when I go to dinner, I'm seeing him going to other people's cells, talking to other people that be doing some motion as well. They got something going on. They might, send sales of tobacco. Somebody might got some cream. Somebody might got some Al Green or something like that. I mean, it could be any type of that. They might, he just up in there asking people what's basically going on, trying to fill out people. I guess he's trying to get on and stuff like that. But he's going to everybody's cell trying to figure it out. So I'm looking at him doing his thing or whatever. I ain't really paying him no mind or nothing like that. I'm just looking at him, walking around. I mean, the only thing that kind of strange about this dude, I mean, he kind of act like he was black, but he was a white dude, so he kind of act black. So every time he come by, y'all always talking about, hey man, what's up? What's up, y'all guys? I mean, he had like a little slang going on with himself, So I was like, shit, he gonna end up getting caught up because shit. He ain't trying to act black and stuff like that. Maybe the black dudes ain't gonna be fucking with him and stuff like that. So I was like, shit, just peeping him out, hoping that he don't get into no type of trouble or anything. So one day, I was just sitting, in my room, and I heard somebody call my name. So I get up, look out the bars and stuff like that. It was my boy Scott. Now Scott, he's like a cool individual as well. He just tried to see if I'm doing anything or not. So he's asked me was I on, and I told him that I wasn't on, and probably until like a couple weeks until somebody actually brought something up in there. So he's like, all right, he walk off. So then that's when I seen Fly. He look up at me. He's like, you doing anything? And I was like, nah, I ain't doing nothing yet. And he was like, all right, man. So he walks off. I don't know what he goes do, whatever, because I can't see how the runs and stuff like that is moving. So I just, sat back down on my bed, doing my normal thing. So then breakfast time come, and when breakfast time come, I'm seeing him over there talking to like a few other people that I'll be dealing with as well. There's this dude named Cap that he deal with. This dude named Melvin that he was also dealing with, and this dude named Mark. Now all these people, they had some type of little emotion going on, but they also was in the cell houses too with me. So basically everybody had some type of little emotion going on. And Fly, he going to talk to everybody. I guess he trying to get in with everybody, but I don't know what he was actually trying to do. So then, boom, like I said, I'm peeping him out and stuff like that, see how he doing. Boom, I go to the yard at night, you know what I'm saying? Boom, I go out to the yard, and when I'm out in the yard, I see him over there talking to some other people, doing some more other business with some other people too. It was like some Aryan Brotherhoods. I don't know how he ended up getting hooked up with them Aryan Brotherhoods, and he kind of talked black, because they wasn't going to really fuck with him like that. So I'm looking at him moving and stuff, and so I'm like, shit, damn, maybe he's just trying to, get some type of motion for himself going on. So I go back in the cell house, after the yard's over, I go back in and take my shower. So I'm back there taking the shower. That's when Fly come back there, to me again. And he's like, shit, man, when you going to be doing something? I was like, shit, I don't know, man, I don't know when it's going to go down. I'm just waiting on somebody to make some type of good word for me. He was like, shit, as soon as it do happen, man, just let me know. Now, I'm looking at this dude. I'm like, damn, man, he going to everybody, trying to figure out stuff, how to get stuff. Because, shit, I know he already went to somebody and got something, so I don't know why he keep coming to me, asking me, if I'm going to be doing something or whatever. So I was kind of confused on that stuff. And then plus, I didn't know if he was going to get into some type of run-in with somebody because he acting too black or whatever. So I'm kind of, like I said, I'm kind of confused on everything. So I'm like, shit, man, what's going on with him, But shit, like I said, I ain't really know how he was moving or nothing. But he was cool with everybody because he was giving everybody some dap and stuff like that. So then, like, a couple days later, right before the weekend, that's when Yellow come up to me. He's like, hey, man, somebody said that Fly at the other facility, he was doing some more type of crazy ass business with people and ended up getting some people caught up over some more bullshit. And I was like, oh shit, did he? And I was like, shit, I ain't gonna really fuck with him, like that, if he doing stuff like that, because your face card is the most important thing in the penitentiary, however your face card rolls and how people look at you or whatever, that determines how you gonna do your time. So I'm looking at this dude, his face card seemed kind of cool because, like I said, everybody's dapping him up, talking to him and stuff like that. So I thought that he was kind of cool and stuff. So then, boom. So then I'm sitting up in my cell. Fly come up to my cell again, and when he come up there, I'm like, hey, man, shit, some people, saying that, that you kind of do bad business and stuff like that. He was like, who told you that? And I ain't tell him who told me. I was just like, that's just like the little rumor that's going on around here. So he was like, nah, I do good business and stuff like that. And so I was like, all right. He was like, shit, you doing something? When I said that, I was like, shit, nah, I ain't doing nothing yet. He said, man, why you bullshitting, man? You know what I'm saying? I was like, nah, I ain't bullshitting. I said, I ain't really got nothing, to kind of handle business with you right now. I said, you have to give me a few days, or maybe a week or something like that until somebody actually put me on with something. So he was like, all right, man. He's like, man, but I still think you bullshitting because, I still see you smoking and stuff and you still have a little motion going on. I was like, shit, that's the little stuff that I have, on my side to where if I am doing something or whatever, it be for me. It ain't for the whole pod, it's just for me. I'm just keeping this stuff so that way just in case if I do run out or anything, I got something, you know what I'm saying, to basically take care of myself with. So Fly walk off, you know, doing this other thing. So then, like a couple days later, I'm sitting down there talking to Mark. I'm like, hey man, you know, before we go take our shower, I'm just talking to him to see what's going on with him, you know. And he's telling me the same thing that somebody told him about Fly. So I'm like, shit, damn man, what's up with dude, you know? I said, shit, you think he gonna be all right? He ain't gonna be on no type of bullshit or nothing like that. So he was like, shit, nah, I hope not, man, you know, because shit, we can't afford, you know what I'm saying, for none of this shit to kind of go bad for us and stuff. So I was like, I hope not, you know. I hope that everything gonna be cool with him, you know. Like I said, I'm kind of peeping him out, you know what I'm saying, hoping that nobody run down on him because, like I said, he acting black and he kind of hanging around with black people and stuff. I mean, hanging around black people and white people, everybody showing the man love and stuff like that. But sometimes, you know, people can get confused with people and then they want to end up, you know what I'm saying, trying to fight them over some type of old crazy ass stuff. But yeah, so I'm telling Mark, you know, hopefully everything will be cool, you know. And he asked me, did I have anything? And I told him, nah, I didn't have nothing. I just had, you know, just a little bit to keep me going. He was like, yeah, it's kind of dry around here. You know, maybe something going to pop off, you know what I'm saying, maybe in a couple days or a couple weeks or whatever. So I was like, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying, hopefully it do go down like that. So me and Mark, you know what I'm saying, we depart, you know, do our normal thing. He goes back to his cell, I go back to my cell. Now, when I go to dinner, I'm sitting there at dinner and I'm looking over at the tables and how people moving and stuff over there. So I'm like, shit. I'm looking at Fly, you know, he coming through there like he a fly guy, you know what I'm saying? Like he just all cool and stuff. Everybody showing him love and stuff like that. And I'm like, damn, dude must got a little pool or something because he probably been there probably about 2 weeks at this time, and I'm seeing how he moving and stuff, and everybody showing the man all type of love and stuff. And I'm like, shit, ain't nobody really jumping on him or trying to kick no bullshit off with him like that. So maybe it might be a cool ass individual. So then, boom. That Friday come, that's when my stuff come in. When they come in, you know, I'm doing up in my room, you know what I'm saying, getting it all together, bagging it up, you know. We put our stuff, you know what I'm saying, in the tissue. We don't put it in like fingers or anything like that. We put it in like the tissue paper and we just fold it up, you know what I'm saying, and roll it and handle our business like that. So I'm up in there bagging my stuff up, doing my normal stuff. And that's when Fly come over to, he just walked by my cell and he's like, shit, what you in there doing, you know? I wasn't, shit, he couldn't see nothing I was doing because I was back there in the shower back there with the thing closed, but he knew that I was in my cell. So he stopped by and he was like, man, what you back there doing? You know, I was like, shit, I'm using the bathroom, man, you know. He's like, you using the bathroom? He was like, shit, he said, I can't smell nothing, you know. And I was like, shit, why you worried about what I'm doing, you know? Shit, you need to be worried about yourself. So he was like, shit, let me holler at you when you come back out, when you go to child or something like that. I was like, all right. So boom, child time come. I'm sitting at the table with him talking to him, and he's like, man, I'm just trying to get something so that way when I'm trying to handle my business, I can kind of, you know, make sure that everything is right for me. And I was like, all right, man, you know what I'm saying? But I still ain't got nothing, you know, because like I said, I'm kind of questioning about stuff because my boy Yellow already told me that he been doing some old type of faulty shit at another camp. So I'm like, all right. So I was like, shit, as soon as I get something, man, you know what I'm saying, I'll let you know, you know. So then, boom, we get up, boom, I go to the yard, he go to the yard, we both on the yard, you know, out there doing our thing. He's still talking to his group of people that he just bouncing around to each individual, you know. That's like he's not, you know what I'm saying, just sticking to one individual. He's basically bouncing around to everybody, you know. So I'm like, all right, I'm just looking at him doing his thing and stuff like that. So then we come back in, and when we come back in, some people's at my door, they getting some stuff. I guess he's seen that. So now he come back upstairs to me, and he's like, shit, you ain't did nothing yet? And I was like, nah, I ain't did nothing yet. And he was like, man, you sure you ain't playing games with me and stuff like that? I was like, shit, why would I be try to play games with you? I said, because shit, if I did do something or whatever with somebody, it'd be my business. It ain't got nothing to do with you. So he's like, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? It is kind of my business, because if you got the stuff to where everybody can keep everything going and stuff like that, he said, why can't you just deal with me, you know what I'm saying, right now? And I was like, shit, I ain't gonna even put myself in no position like that, until actually something come through there where I can kind of handle things. So I'm still doing my thing. People coming by the door, getting stuff from me. He's seeing that, I guess he getting kind of irritated over that because I ain't fucking with him. But shit, like I said, I ain't really know his situation. I knew that he was cool and stuff, but once somebody told me that he had some foul business going on at another camp, I wanted to see what was going on. So I said, shit, let me go back and holler at Yellow, man, and see what's going on with him. Maybe he got some more news of what's going on. So I had to wait on child time to come to go holler at him. So breakfast time come. Boom, I'm down there talking to Yellow, I'm asking him, man. I'm like, shit, man, what's up with Fly, man? He was like, shit, man, as of right now, man, I don't really know. He said, ain't nobody sent no word back to me, and let me know what was going on with him at the other camp. Now, how they do it is they send a kite, and a kite is like a piece of paper that they put in their legal mail to where when you go to another facility, they have somebody, hey, when you get in there, take this note right here to just such and such individual, to where, they let you know what's going on. But he, like I said, he didn't say that he was doing anything or nothing like that. So I was like, shit, I ain't gonna really fuck with him or do no type of business with him. So then a couple days later, I'm sitting up in the child hall, looking at how things moving and stuff like that. Like I said, he's bouncing around these tables, left and right. Like everybody that's got some type of motion or whatever that's going on up in there, he's kind of talking to him. So I'm like, shit, what's going on with him? I mean, he going around with his little slang and stuff, and people kind of digging him because of the way that he's moving and stuff like that. So then we sitting up in there, me and Yellow, we looking at him, how he rolling and stuff like that. So Yellow was like, man, just stay away from him for a second, man, until we kind of figure out what's going on. He said, because something's going on with him if he's getting if he's leaving another facility and stuff like that, and he's doing some more faulty stuff. So I was like, all right, man. So then, boom, like a couple days later, it's the weekend. So I go to visit and I come back from visit. And when I come back from visit, everybody's looking like something done went on and stuff like that. And I'm like, shit, what's going on, And they was like, shit, that dude Fly, I guess he checked himself in, I'm like, he checked himself in. And it was like, yeah, I guess, he didn't want to be out in the facility no more, so he ended up checking himself in. So I'm like, all right. So then on that Monday that's when, the guards and stuff come in there. They like, shit, everybody, stand up, But basically they want us like standing count, so everybody can be at their door and stuff like that. So everybody stood up, we all get up, boom. I get my stuff and I kind of hide it, a little bit of in a pod, to where I can kind of, get it a little bit later. So then the guards was like, shit, everybody step out their door and we all gonna go out to the yard and stuff like that. And so when we come out the door, boom, everybody walking down the thing. And when we get downstairs, it's like probably about 20 black suits, Now the black suits are the people that do the major shakedowns and stuff like that. They ones that make sure that people, on point, ain't got no motherfucking knives, ain't got no type of weapons or drugs or anything like that. They shaking down the whole facility to make sure that everybody's on point. So when we get downstairs, boom, everybody walking, slow, because like I said, the line is kind of thick because there's so many inmates. And they got to shake us down before we go out to the yard and stuff like that. So they shaking us down, everybody down, making sure that we ain't got nothing, boom. So when we go out to the yard, everybody get out to the yard, we out there, everybody trying to figure out what's going on. Like, damn, man, what's going on? Why they shaking down, our cell house and stuff like that. I mean, but they end up doing the whole facility like that, all the cell houses like that. But they started out with our cell house. So I'm sitting up in there on the yard, on the bench, on the weight pen on the bench, talking to people. I'm talking to Yeller, and I'm asking him, what he thinks is going on. He's like, I guess they got a little mass shakedown going on and stuff like that. I was like, all right, So, boom. Like an hour went by, Now everybody get to come back in. So when we come back in, now everybody's room is all tore up and stuff like that. The stuff that we had in our room, if we had any type of contraband or anything like that, it was gone, But like I said, I left my stuff, you know what I'm saying, out in the day room, you know what I'm saying, on the little tier out there, you know. I ain't leave it, you know, like in the room because it wasn't that much. I don't think I had like a little pouch or something like that. I didn't really have like 2 or 3 or a can or nothing like that. I just had like a pouch. So I left my stuff, you know what I'm saying, out there on the run and stuff, like a little cubby hole little thing right there. So when I come back in there, I grab it, you know, boom, I come back in the room, boom, put my stuff back up. So then like probably about 10 minutes later, that's when the police come up to my door and they like, shit, I guess they wouldn't want to shake me down again. So I'm like, shit, dang, why? I'm tripping and shit, you know. I guess they want to come back in the room and shake it down again, you know what I'm saying? So the stuff that I had, I gave it to my roommate. His name is Chopper. You know, I give it to him. I'm like, hey, just hold that, you know what I'm saying, for a second while I go out there and talk to them for a minute. So I go out there and I talking to them, and the black suit's like, shit, what you been actually doing? He said, you got any contraband or anything in your room or anything like that? And I was like, nah, I ain't got nothing like that up in there. And he was like, yeah. He's like, we got word that you been moving stuff around here. You got a little motion going on and stuff. And I was like, shit, I ain't got no little motion and stuff like that. And he was like, all right, you know, we gonna see. So he said, just stay down here. So that's when Mark come down, you know. He come down too. And they talking to him as well. So I'm like, shit, damn, man, you know what I'm saying? Dang, what's going on? So Mark's like, shit, man, somebody, you know what I'm saying, around here telling or something like that because, shit, the way that they moving right now is something ain't right. So I was like, shit, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, nobody really telling or nothing like that, you know, where we can get caught up. So then, boom, they let us go back up to our room. And when I get back up to my room, I'm telling Chopper, I'm like, hey, man, you know, we got to be real cool around here for right now. We can't smoke or nothing like that until after the police and stuff, the black suits and people leave. So he's like, all right, you know what I'm saying, that's cool. So then the Tuesday morning come, that's when it get kind of crazy around there because now they're taking people out of their cells and stuff like that. They took me out. They took Mark out. I mean, they took Payne out. They took Benny out. They took Reggie out. I mean, they took everybody out to cell house, you know what I'm saying? We all went up to the captain's office and stuff like that. So while we was in the captain's office, the captain was just basically telling us that we probably got to be locked down for like 72 hours until after that little investigation going on. And I was like, what you mean investigation? He was like, shit, we got a little investigation going around here because somebody's around here been moving drugs and stuff like that and got a lot of contraband and things. And somebody, I guess, it put in word that somebody been doing all that stuff. So I was like, shit, I know it wasn't me, you know. So then, boom, we end up getting locked up in our cells and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, for 72 hours. So while everybody up in our cells talking and stuff, that's when, you know, somebody seen Fly, you know, on the other side here over in the PC area, you know. And I guess they was talking to him. I don't know what they was talking to him about, but I guess, you know, people was sending some kites around there to us, you know what I'm saying, to ourselves, saying that man ended up got everybody caught up because when he came to the penitentiary, this cell house and stuff like that, he ended up, you know what I'm saying, working for the people to see who's all selling drugs and stuff like that and see who all had the motion. So then I start thinking, I said, well, that explains, you know what I'm saying, why this dude was always talking to all these type of people. He wasn't just talking to one person. He was talking to everybody that had some type of motion and stuff going on. And that kind of explains, you know what I'm saying, why come he was doing what he was doing. So I was like, shit, man, you know what I'm saying, I hope this dude, you know what I'm saying, ain't really did nothing with me. Like I said, I ain't never did no type of business with him or anything like that, so he didn't know nothing that I was doing. So he just knew that I had, probably somebody told him that I was doing something or whatever. But yeah, you know, Fly ended up getting everybody caught up, you know what I'm saying, the whole facility got shut down. They shut down all the cell houses and stuff. So everybody that man did some type of business with or whatever, they end up, you know, going to them people, locking those people up. I don't know if the man was snitching or anything like that, but yeah, he ended up getting the whole facility shut down, you know what I'm saying, for some old bullshit that he was doing. And that kind of explained why his name wasn't on the drop sheet as well, because when you come to the penitentiary, you got to be on this drop sheet when you first come up in there, because that determines what cell you're going to be in, what custody you got. You know, they got to give you some type of information on what you're doing. But yeah, Fly, he came in there. Like I said, when I came in there, I ain't see that he wasn't on the drop sheet or anything like that. So I knew that he was in some type of business or whatever that he shouldn't have been in. Because shit, why wouldn't he on the drop sheet if he was supposed to be in a penitentiary like everybody else? But I guess what they was doing was they sent him to different institutions, let him find out who's all doing some type of motion or whatever, and then once he figure out who all type of doing some type of motion or whatever up in there, he had the police, you know what I'm saying, come around, hook everybody up, make them go back to the hole, because you know what I'm saying, until after they did that type of investigation. But yeah, I stayed in the hole for like 3 days, you know what I'm saying, because of that, man. After the third day, I get up out there, you know, my tobacco gone, because Chopper, you know what I'm saying, I already don't went into my stuff, you know, he ended up having to pay me my little change back, you know, for the little stuff that I had. But yeah, when you go to the penitentiary, you know what I'm saying, you don't want to get yourself involved in things like that, running with the wrong type of crews. I mean, some people can be cool as a motherfucker at first, but then they turn around, you know what I'm saying, and be some type of bad person. They might be the person that try to get everybody set up in there. So like I said, when you get up in there, you don't want to find yourself in situations to where you always have to look over your shoulder and figure out who's your friends is and who ain't your friends, because some of these people that's up in there, they cool as a motherfucker when they get up in there, but then after a while they change up. I mean, I don't know why that man end up, you know, turning his back on all the other inmates and wanting to be with the police and stuff like that. But yeah, he got the whole facility shut down because of drugs and stuff. They had to get all that stuff out. Everybody went to the yard, they shook down everybody's cells and stuff like that, and then everybody ended up getting all their stuff taken, you know. But yeah, this is your boy Fast checking in with you with another one. Hit that subscribe button for your boy and keep everything peaceful with me. Y'all stay up and y'all stay tuned. And hit that comment button for your boy.